Hello everyone. So this is a video just talking about basic resuming the process of my game, how I made my game Apollo's Nightmare. So you're looking right now at the first version of this game, which I probably made it in the first few hours. As you can see, there's a lot. There's a lot to be done. Like the first aspects of my game weren't that bad. The first things I did in my game actually, it was like to focus on the character, to focus on him. His name is Apollo, and he can't jump. At this point of the game, he can't jump. At this point of the game, the movement is with the arrows. So yeah, he has double jump, and at the minute there's only one enemy on the game. But yeah, look at him. He's animated already. I did the animations, I set it up everything on the animator, so his movement mechanics are pretty much already done, movement-wise. There'll be more in other updates. As you can see, this is like the first version of the game, so the map is completely black, and as you can see, he can move along. There's only one enemy, and he still has double jump, which is good. However, he doesn't have any of the lights added to him or anything like that. At this point, the main thing is it was just to create the character, animate it, and make the movement. So that will actually bring kind of more ideas to the game. So as you can see, there's only one enemy, and he has already the script following the waypoints and everything. But yeah, at this stage, pretty much I mostly spent time creating the background. As you can see, it's a really nice background. If I play the game now, you should be able to see the background, which you pretty much spent about an hour and a half making. And yeah, it took me a long time. But yeah, I did use some photos on the internet just to be able to make this map. The main idea of this is like to create a sort of horror atmosphere into my game, as I'm going to be using lighting, which I'm not showing at the minute, which I'm going to be using, well, basically I'm going to be using torches with my character. At the minute, this is what is going to look like nothing. You won't be able to see anything, pretty much. You will only be able to see the character because it will be lighting up with the light, which you will be able to alternate in many ways. But yeah, that's the main idea. So at this point, as I said, pretty much the character is made. The movement is actually very complicated, as I had to create a ground check, an empty object, just add it to my character and add it on the feet of my character. So basically the ground check is a layer. So every single time he would collide with any of the surfaces, which are named floor, it will reset my jumps back to 2. So I had many issues with this, coming up with this, because many times it would just jump and then it wouldn't reset the jump till I got to a different platform which wasn't the same one. Then it would reset my jumps, which it would have made the game, it would change the mechanics of the game, it would have made it harder, but that was not my aim. So as you can see here, on my script for my character, I had to make many things actually, and I made even unnecessary things at this point. So as you can see, my character is not like this one, which basically you can tell which side he's on. He's just same on all the sides. So I unnecessarily did the command, which was to actually sorry, let me just close this. No, sorry, no, don't save, close. Okay, no, spoiler alert. Okay, sorry. So we're here. Okay, so as you can see, Yeah, sorry guys, I know this is unprofessional. Let me just go to this. Okay, here we have the script of my character. As you can see, all the animations sorted out already. So here it is. I created a flip so the character will turn around either right or left when the input was on, but this one it didn't work anyway, as he has no faces. He only has one, his neutral one, and he doesn't change from like left to right or right to left. So at this point it didn't really matter. So here is what I did for my movement. So at this point, oh wait, actually I don't think I have it yet. Oh, wait a minute, I think I do have it. Oh, guys, my bad. Sorry. So basically this video isn't being recorded when I was making this. This is made afterwards, when I already have the finished game. This is like the earliest version that I have, which this is the first version where I saved. And I don't exactly remember what I exactly did. I'm really sorry, guys. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this. So at this point of the game, I'm taking everything back to what I said. At this point of the game, I already have the light. Look at it. Nice. And the movement of the player is done, and the main lights are done. This is the small light, and this is the big light. Is already done. And yes, the main idea of this is like to do, he's the main focus, and he's the one that creates the light. I just want to create that and add it. I want to link it to the narrative, like to make that's like his main power, and the way he can light up his way as long as he goes. However, in the future, these lights will be controlled by a specific battery, and I'm thinking about changing the lights because I don't know, there's something wrong with it. I don't know. And yeah, you can turn them on. You can turn the small one on, and you can turn the big one on, and then turn them off. So that's like the main. At this point, the game has like the main mechanics of it. So yeah, pretty good work, right? Yeah. So sorry, going back to what I was saying. Sorry, I just realized this because I saw that I have the keys activated with the specific lights, game objects that I have on, and they do work apart from the extra jump. So on this code right here, I have the double jump. The double jump that if it's grounded, it will reset the double jumps. But if double jump is used, it will take them away. But then again, if my game object, which is on my character's feet, as I mentioned before, this one, oh, it's still playing, sorry. So as you can see, sorry, let me just make this clearer. So as you can see, he has the ground check. Every single time this touches the floor, it will turn the boolean of is grounded to on, which will give me my jumps back, as you can see here. And it will give me the jump force and double jump back, as you can see. So yeah, which is great. So every single time I jump on the air, my jumps will be taken away. But every single time I touch any platform again, then I will reset the double jump. So yeah, pretty great, right? So yeah, at this point I still have a lot of work to do. As I said, the map I sort of have done it already. I'm just gonna work around this. Then again, it's like this is a game jam. I'm only trying to focus on the main challenge. The main challenge for me is basically to move away from everything that we've learned in uni, and to try to create a new mechanics, create a new way of doing it within my own ways. And to be honest, I thought this was a great time just for challenging myself. So that's what I've tried to do, and it's coming up really well so far. So now let me compare it to the last version of the game, where I have done many things. As you can see, the game has more depth, as in it has more detail. As you can see, it has more enemies, it has different barriers, and it has an audio manager, so which means this game has actual audio. This version of the game is the current one, is a pre-alpha, where you actually can play the first level. You know, there is a game, you can actually play it. So at this point I have created menus. Let me just show you. Let's just play. Why not? Look at that, it has sound. Yes guys, it has sound. I've been working on that. I'll show you in a minute how I made the sound work. But yeah, it has an interactive menu. Apollo's Nightmare, this is the main entrance. So you press start and boom, there it is, our game. Look at that, our character looks much more different from the first version, as you can tell. The light is different. And you'll be wondering, what's this? This is a portal. It links back to the narrative. But yeah, this is a portal which transported him here to this dark forest. Look at him. He has even particles on it, which, you know, they were quite hard to make, to be honest. So he has particles, he has a small light. The small light as a default has changed into that one, which is clearer. It shows the character more. It doesn't show him as bad as the other one. I personally believe this one's better, suits him better. So then we have this one, which is the big light, which is the small one from the first version, and the big one joined together, plus the little one that now it has as default. You still can shut the lights off. The main idea of this is to be able to avoid future enemies in different levels, which will be able to see you. So to scare them away, or either to hide from them, you will have to turn all the lights off. But then you can turn on back the little one, and then the big one. So as I have mentioned before, there will be a little battery which will be able to control all the lighting from your character. So you won't be a god and you won't be able to play for the whole time. But yeah, as you can see, there are different enemies now, and they have different velocities and hitboxes. So as you can see, the mechanics of the game is still the same. The movement is still the same, but now it can be applied with better way, as there is actually enemies, as you can see. That I did put more enemies and different type of enemies, challenges, and this is one of the biggest ones I've been working on. Is a turret, which basically is a laser. If that laser touches you, you're dead. But yeah, look at it. I'm really proud of it. It really works. And also the lighting of the enemies that I've been working on, I think is great. It looks good. It looks good and it looks good. It just looks good. So I'm really proud of the lighting aspect of the game. I personally believe it was a challenge for me, and I think, you know, it's pretty decent, and I loved it. I just love it. I know this is my game and things, but I just love it the way it actually came up. As I will explain later how I did the laser. And if I continue, there you go, boom, there's another menu, game over menu, and there is also an end. I'm not going to show the end. If you want to find out the end, you have to go. But yeah, the menu still works. As you can see, it's interactive as well. You can go back to the menu, blah, 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 and then you can just quit the game. Obviously, it's not going to quit here, but as you can see, it has sound. Also, yeah, big part of it. It has sound, it has music. You know, it's a very complete first level, I believe in myself. So as you can see, for the audio manager, I had to create a script which will link all the audios manager in every single script throughout every single scene. So yeah, I had to use the scene manager engine on my scripts, so they will be linked up. Also, I created this empty object, made it as a prefab, and put a script to it, which is the audio manager. As you can see here, I can just put how many sounds as I have. At the minute, I only have, as you can see, 11 sounds, which is player death, ambient music, jump, accept the sound when you press anything on the menu, pause menu sound, game over sound, level completed sound, and different enemies sounds. Really proud of this, to be honest. I've learned how to do menus, as you can see in here. I learned how to do this by putting the main camera, using canvases, using the main panel for a canvas, and just designing and creating different menus with different buttons. I've designed them myself in Photoshop, and I was able to make them interact, which was, to be honest, when I first saw it, it was amazing for me. I'm still really happy with the result. As you can see down here, we have a screen that will come up when you complete the game. Main menu, game over, which is the one that comes up when we die. And the game scene, as you can see, there is more enemies. There's also invisible walls, so we cannot escape the map. Like from here we wouldn't be able to escape from the map or anything, or at the end as well, or even when you fall to the empty space, you will actually die once you hit one of these invisible walls, so it would trigger the game over. Also, on my main character, as you can see, I have way many things. For example, I've used the light points. So basically, as you can see on my script, on my character is very complex. Here I have the speed, here I have the jump force, which makes it jump. The wait time, don't worry about that, that's for later use. So basically it will cool down some power-ups that I have. So here we have the small lantern, which I joined it with the big one, so that's why there's none here. So now here I changed it, so the small one and the big one from the first version is in here. Now the small lantern is in his, which on my script I have them assigned with specific letters, so they activate. There's also blood molecules, which particles, which come up when the character dies. Also, that's for the future users. Sorry, spoiler alert. This is the ground check form, which I had to make as a game object, as I've mentioned before. You can see it here, and it's above my character, and then I made it as a game object, so I would be able to use it on my script. And as you've seen before, I've showed you the whole script of my double jump. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm using the global lighting to make it dark. I'm using all the point lights versions to my character, and to be honest, I think the new ones make much more sense. But yeah, the main map, which I draw, I just extended it along to make it look better. And as you can see, I've created a portal starting point portal and then an ending point portal, which you'll be able to see if you get to play my game and you actually get to pause it. As you can see, I made a lamp as well, which is not showed. Oh yeah, sorry. Here, the aim of this lamp, as you probably saw in the introduction video, is where you will be able to recharge your battery, which will be around here, and then you will continue your journey. It also will be a checkpoint where you will be able to respawn if you get there. However, that'll be for future references. Also, I'm really proud of this, but yes, it is. It's this enemy. I'm sorry, but the laser, I think it was great, and I think it was crazy to work on. Let me show you why. You have the rotation speed, you have the distance, and you have the colors that you want to use for a specific thing. It will turn red when it touches the player, which means it will probably turn about for 0.5 seconds or something like that, but then the rest will be green. When it will be turning around, it will be detecting the enemies around, but it won't kill them. It will only kill it. It will kill the player, just the main player. It would just kill the main player. It wouldn't make sense if it killed anyone else. But yeah, if we go to the script of the turret, you will be able to see how I use turret line renderers 2D, which was crazy to use. I'm telling you, it was literally crazy. So this is just to... Alright, so let me start from the beginning, sorry. Alright, so this one will be... command is just to make it turn around. Yep. This one is to activate the actual laser and make it turn around as well. But when the event happens, if the event does not happen, the laser will keep turning around till it hits the player. When it hits the player, the game object tagged as player, which is the main character, it will find the audio manager, so the player death sound, it will come up, the particles of blood will show up, and then it will destroy my character. Yep. Pretty great, right? But yeah, Also, if it doesn't do that, it will just keep turning around as green, as the color green. So yeah, it's quite complex, but it does make sense as a script. And I have many scripts, trust me. So yeah, that was great. So yeah, so for that's that. I had many challenges during everything. The easiest things to do were the animations, and to be honest, the lighting, it was very easy. I personally found it very easy. Then selecting every single enemy and putting it around the map was, just patience. And the menu system, oh boy, the menu was hard. However, the audio manager was hard as well. Actually, I'm sorry guys, I haven't showed you the script for the audio manager, which I've used. So audio manager, I literally had to create a script and link it up with the whole system, the whole engine. And as you can see, I'm used to using the mono behavior. So I've created all this, which is basically, a Zoom manager instance. Then just created it when awake, and just to destroy the game object on load. So there's no so in game there's no more than one when you're playing the thing. So for example, no, sorry, this is the wrong version. Oh, sorry. Going back to the finished version. If I play this, it won't create more than one audio manager, because there's already one in each one of them. So that command what will it do? It will just destroy the one that appears in every single screen. As you change screen, there will be one appearing, but as there is already one, it will delete the other one. So this is just as event happens, it will destroy the object and then we'll return to normal. So here, this is what we will create the sources of my game object audio components. So then once that is done, I can literally just go here and sound as equal blah 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 blah. So basically this is what's gonna create the sound name equal to the name of that sound. So it will allow me to actually select the sounds, different sounds within that command of my audio manager empty object. Once that is done, I can literally use, for example, in here, this, as soon as it starts the game, the music and the ambient will start playing. Let me show you others, as this is a sound script, which is literally just the menu which I'm using for my audio manager, which is the name, clip, volume, pitch, loop. As I can show you right here, if I go here, it will literally show you name, clip, volume, pitch, and loop. Here will be, if I want to loop this sound all the time, here will be the name, here will be the clip that I'm using, volume, and pitch, which is for every single one of them. Continuing, as you can see, for example, in game over, I've created an audio manager for basically for every single one of these. I have to use using system engine, so it will link to all of them. And as you can see here, scene manager load scene, it will load the first scene, and then all the audio as play except it will, as restarting the game, it will reload the scene and it will play this audio. So yeah, for example, when loading the menu, it will play except when clicking in any of the buttons. Then it will pause the time. Also, it will say this in the console just in case we know what's happening. And then the scene manager, if clicked, it will load to 0 to the main menu if you want to load to the menu. Then to quit the game, as a personal preference, sorry, I added the sound of player death when you play. When you play quit, because my game is too good, so you don't want to quit it. But yeah, it will say this on the console and it will actually quit the whole application. So yeah, there's many examples like this in many other parts. And yeah, that's pretty much it generally. So as you can see, I mentioned before, I have created a pause menu which will create a sound. Then if I press resume, it will make a sound. If I click everything but options, which is the only one that I haven't assigned yet, but if I pause menu, we'll go back to the menu, then we play start, and all the sounds do work. If I play quit, the application will quit. As you can see, quitting game on the console, it says quitting game. But then again, we are currently on the Unity, so that's why it wouldn't. But if it was an actual application running, it would. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much a resume of all my game, all the development. As I said, the main challenges were the lighting, also the enemies, because I've created various types of enemies. Also, there's more enemies that I have here currently, as you can see, these two, but I don't want to show to future things, which I've worked on those as well, but I want to show them in the future, not now. So yeah, pretty much that's everything. I think that the game at the moment is, a pre-alpha, so it can get really good. As you can see, it had a lot of scripting, it had a lot of spriting, so as you can see, again, it's just time, using the sounds. I spent a lot of time going through the sounds. As you can see, I have a lot of sounds. All the sounds, I got them from the asset store. Obviously, I didn't create any of them. Unfortunately, I didn't have that much time to be able to create any of that by myself. But yeah, it was I'm very excited. I'm very happy with these results. However, it could be much better. It could be improved in the future with spending more time on it. But I'm pretty happy with the result, to be honest. And to be a game jam of 2 days, I think it was very successful. And as my first game, I'm really happy with the result. Yeah. However, this actually did help me a lot to gain a lot of experience. So also, I think it's a great addition to my portfolio. And I think it was very challenging to do everything by myself, every single section, as there are so many, just with the sound, with the design of the menu, just with the scripting of everything, with the designing of everything, with the creating the characters, doing the animations, creating all the links on the animator. I think it was, to be honest, I'm really happy now that I'm, reflecting on it. And I think it really gave me a good amount of experience to work by myself, and I think in that time frame it was pretty good. It did help me to, for me to get right on time with every single part of the game. The ideas, that was the main problem, I think. The ideas just kept coming up, and it would actually stop me from doing one thing to start another one without finishing the other one, which I think in the future is one of the things that I'm going to try to work on. An example of this is the various enemies that I did. For example, this one. Sorry, let me just show you the actual enemies that I did create, which I will implement in the future. So this is one of them, this little one. So basically the main idea of this is that he will actually approach the player, and it will be changing colors, and then boom, it will explode and kill the player. So yeah, that's one of them. And the